Good evening, Rampage family, and welcome to Monument, Colorado for our one and only game this weekend. Tonight's matchup is against the Colorado Thunderbirds. This will be the first game this season where we'll see that team, but it won't be the last. Boys coming off of a pretty rough road trip out of Chicago last weekend. There were some ups, some downs, and a little bit of everything in between. So hopefully they've had a good week of training, regroup a little bit. I'm a little late getting back into the building because we're starting a little earlier than planned. So I'm going to do a quick look here. I do notice that Mr. Max Fuhrer actually has the name on the back of his jersey, which I like to see. Been asking for that all season long. I'm still going to call him Fury, though. Currently, I do not see Esperito or Holmes geared up and on the ice. So my guess is they're probably going to let those fellas rest a little bit more, make sure they're all healthy and good to go in their concussion recovery protocol. Hopefully they'll be all fired up and ready to go next weekend. So from what I can tell, those are the ones that we will be missing tonight. They froze the clock and they're resetting the clock. I'm not sure what happened, but all the power just went out, and looks like they got it back on. So we will get started and get ready to go. Time has expired on the warm-up period. And we get ready to go here for period number 1. I would love it if you want to. Miss Sonia Shields joining me again today to run the camera for us. Always appreciated greatly. I wasn't going to judge. I'm not going to tell you what's in here. No, I will. It's just all I have is a little green tea and honey in here so I can try to keep my voice. All right. It does look like our scoreboards are going absolutely wackadoodle haywire. The lights keep going off and coming on and going off and coming on. So I don't know if we're going to have a scoreboard tonight, but out on the ice to get us started for period number 1. It would appear that we have Whittingham, Dormer, Freitas, Butler, and White, and Mr. Ryder Shields in net. I got the lights back on the scoreboard, but they can't reset the time apparently. All right, we'll see what we got to work with here. They did. They started way early, as a matter of fact. Yeah. So, I know. We've been having games in here all day long, so it's been a little bit of a tough day across the board for the Rampage boys so far. I believe our 16s are the only team that's won today so far. So our 13s, 14s, 15s went down, and so 16s came out victorious. Hopefully our 18s will do the same. Here we go. Comes the near side of Butler. Butler's going to dump it into the zone back behind the T-Birds net. Out to the near side wall. And T-Birds are going to clear it. Gets poked, and then Whittingham fires it back into the zone. Dormer's going to chase it down low. Puck goes into the near side corner. Up the near wall. Freitas sends it over and across. It's going to go to the far corner. Dormer gets there, ties things up on the far wall. T-Birds send it. It bounces kind of back behind, and then they're going to send it to the far side wall again. Unable to clear. Gets tied up on the wall. T-Birds have it. They're going to send it across to the near side. Pass out in front to neutral ice. It's back into the Rampage zone. Drexel has it on the stick. Puck flips way up into the air. Ends up back in the corner on the near side. Up and out to Banyan. Banyan wrangles it in. He's into the T-Bird zone. T-Birds with a takeaway. They send it up and out. T-Birds into the Rampage zone on the near side. They're going to hold up at the point. Drexel pokes it down the wall. Fury picks it up. He's going to skate up and out of the zone. Fury chases it back into the T-Bird zone. Near side corner. Puck goes to the far side. Whitted gets there, sends it back down, and it's stuck on the far wall. This netting is kind of hard to see through. Puck bounces up the far wall, comes up but not out, and Bisley's going to hold it at the blue line. Puck goes down low, comes up the board on the far side. Battle for the puck down low, and it's going to come over to the near side. T-Birds send it up the near side wall. They're out of the zone. Bennett turns around, sends it back in. Rampage have to tag up. Flanagan is going to drive it into the T-Bird zone. He takes a shot, goes off a boot, goes to the far wall. Sarver dumps it deep. Comes to the near side corner where the T-Birds pick it up, send it up the wall. It's going to bounce up and out. Back into the Rampage zone. Butler comes back for it, picks it up. He changes direction. Quick little loss of the handle, and then T-Birds attempt to take a shot. It gets deflected, ends up in the near corner. Back into the near corner, and it's going to go back behind the Rampage net. Bennett picks it up, sends it back this way. Sarver's going to clear the zone. Rampage going for a change. Puck didn't have enough. It was rolling in a weird direction, so play will continue. T-Bird sent it back behind their net. Bounces out front. Oh! Rahosian with a quick shot. Goaltender makes a save. Puck ends up in the far corner. Roberts picks it up. He's going to send it right up front. Puck bouncing around and ends up back behind the T-Birds net. Puck goes up the far wall, comes up and out. Fuhrer sends it back in. Rampage have to tag up. T-Birds have to puck. They send it around in the near side. They don't connect on the pass, and that's going to be icing. So we get a whistle. We'll have a stoppage. Face off in the T-Bird zone. 14:03 left in period number 1. Out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Freitas, Dormer, Fury, and White. Tied up in the pile. T-Birds get a stick on it first. They clear the zone, gets poked back the other way, and then T-Birds send it back the other way. White's going to just dump it into the near side corner. Whittingham goes in there after it. He's going to drive it down low. Back behind the T-Birds net. Puck comes up out front. Fury holds it momentarily. Now T-Birds coming the other way. They're 2-on-1. And then White with the poke check is going to send it to the wall. Freitas clears it. Dormer has it. He's in the zone. It's poked down in the corner on the near side. Whittingham comes in to help out. Puck is still down low and stuck back behind the T-Birds net somewhere. I think everybody lost sight of it.
What channel are they?
They're on his YouTube.
What's it called though?
Empty Pockets Hockey.
Empty Pockets?
Empty Pockets Hockey, yep.
That's close.
Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Whitted, Banyan, Bisley, and Bennett. I didn't know it was formal right here. I feel very underdressed. Rampage win the draw. Bisley takes a shot from point. Goaltender makes a save. Puck's bouncing around, and it's still bouncing out front, and we get a whistle and a stoppage. Hunting for the puck up front, but nothing crossed the line. So we'll get another face-off in the T-Bird zone. Rampage win the draw up to Bisley. He's going to send it down low. Puck back behind the net. Whitted and Drexel get in there. Puck comes to the near side. T-Birds have it. They send it up the near side wall. Up and out of the zone. Deflects up in the air, and now they're going to send it into the Rampage zone. She holds it up behind his net. Bounces around down low. It's going to come to the near side. Bisley picks it up. He's going to send it up and out of the zone. Bounces off the wall. Whitted sends it up and through. It's into the T-Bird zone in the near side corner. Rampage going for a change. T-Bird's trying to catch them on the change and able to do so. Judkins up to Sarver. Sarver's into the zone. Poke check sends the puck to the wall on the far side. T-Bird sends it around to the near side. We have a penalty coming to the Rampage. 12:39 left in period number 1. Rampage are going to be on the penalty kill. Out on the ice to get us started on the PK, we've got Foster, Judkins, Butler, and White. Face off in the Rampage zone. Tied up on the draw. It's going to go to the far wall. T-Bird send it up to the point. Down the wall and out to the near side. Puck down into the corner. Butler turns, fires, unable to clear. T-Bird send it down low, back behind the net. It's going to go to the far wall. Back again this direction. T-Birds recollect behind the Rampage net. They send it up to the point on the near side. Bounces up and out. T-Birds send it up. They have to recollect. Over to the far side into the Rampage zone. Shot. Shields with the save. Puck ends up back behind the net. It's going to go into the far corner. T-Birds send it up to the point on the far side. Over to the near side. Shot. Sticks in the way, and now Butler's going to clear it up and out. Rampage will get a change of penalty killers. 1:16 left on the PK. T-Birds recollect behind their own net. They skate it to the near side, drop it back to the player back low. Pass across to the far side. I thought it was icing. She thought it was icing too. Play continues. Puck gets tied up back behind the Rampage net. Bennett ties things up down low. T-Birds turn to the far wall. They're going to drive it down the wall. Still on the far side down low. Lost at the handle. It comes up to T-Birds player. Secondary shot. Unable. Sarver's going to scoop it to the far wall. He has to go recollect his stick. T-Birds across to the near side point. Poke check. And T-Birds. T-Birds recollect on the far wall. He set it up to the point on the far side. Shot bounces up in the air, goes off the crossbar. Bounces down low. Bisley's going to scoop it up, send it up but not out. T-Birds keep it in the zone. Bennett's going to send it the distance, and Rampage are back at full strength. Foster in on the near side. Tries to tie things up down low in the corner. Puck back behind the net. White's going to come in and help out. Foster back behind the net. Shot taken. Goaltender with the save, and now it gets covered up. 10:24 left in period number 1. Out on the ice, we got Dormer, Whittingham, Freitas, White, and Butler. Hey, how you doing? Good. T-Bird sending around the near side boards. Comes up and out of the zone. Back into the Rampage zone on the near side. Shot taken. Shields has it in his glove. He's hanging on. Ref seemed reluctant to blow the whistle. 10:13 left in period number 1. Face off in the Rampage zone. Tied up on the draw. It's going to poke back down low into the corner. Back behind to the far side. T-Birds with it behind the Rampage net. Send the puck down low. Quick move out front. Puck bounces up in the air. Now White's going to recollect. Sends it up for Freitas. Freitas chips off the boards. He's going to give a chase himself. Comes back to him. Pass across. Looking for Whittingham. Just didn't connect. Puck down low in the corner. Up to the point, and then Bennett holds it at the point, sends it down low, back to the corner on the far side. Puck comes up and out to neutral ice, up to Fury. He's going to skate in on the near side. Fury down low, sends it off the side of the net. He's going to recollect. Turns around and backhands it back behind the net. T-Bird send it up the boards on the far side. Fury kicks it, and now T-Birds are going to clear. Drexel has to come back for it, sends it over to the near side to Bennett. Bennett's up, he's into the zone on the near side. Pass bounces out front, T-Birds have it back, send it over to the far side wall. Off the wall, Whitted pulls it off the wall, feeds it over to Banyan. Banyan takes a shot, body's in the way, doesn't make it through. Puck bouncing around out front. T-Birds are going to clear. Into the Rampage zone on the near side. Puck trickles towards Shields, and he's going to cover it up. 8:51 left in period number 1. We'll get a face-off in the Rampage zone. On the ice. Looks like we're going to get a quick change of forward. So we've got Sarver, Flanagan, Judkins, White, and Bisley. Puck goes back low into the corner. No man's land where I can't see it. It's up on the near side wall and back down again. T-Bird sent it out front. Quick steal. It's bouncing around. White sends it. Tries to send it up. White's going to skate with it. Unable to clear. Bisley fans on it. He's going to turn around, recollect the puck. Back behind the Rampage net. Changes direction. White goes to the far side. Skates up and out of the zone. Sends it over to Sarver. Did not connect, and it goes for icing. So we get a whistle face-off. Be back in the Rampage zone with 8:19 left in period number 1. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Roberts, Rahosian, Fury, and Butler. Rampage win the draw, back into the corner. Butler skates it to the near side. Butler sends it across for Roberts. Roberts makes a move. He's into the zone. Shot taken. Goaltender has it in his glove. He's going to hang on. 8 minutes and 10 seconds left in period number 1. We're going to face off in T-Bird zone. Up to the point. Butler sends it across to the near side. Down low, Roberts is in to do battle. Puck goes up behind the T-Birds net. T-Birds reflect. Send it over to the near side corner. Up the wall on the near side. Turns pass across. It's going to end up on the far wall. Butler recollects. Sends it up the far wall. It's back into the zone now. Up and out. Butler recollects a neutral ice. He sends it over, looking for Rahosian. Goes off a skate, bounces back into the Rampage zone. Fury has to come back for it behind the net. Sends it to the near side wall. T-Bird send it back behind the Rampage net. Puck comes to the far side. Over to the near side wall. Rahosian sends it up the wall, but not. Oh, I guess it does come out of the zone. T-Birds with it back in their own zone to regroup. We'll send it the distance, and it doesn't connect, so that'll be icing. 7:13 left in period number 1. Face-off will be in the T-Bird zone. On the ice, we've got Whittingham, Dormer, Friedis, Bisley, and Bennett. Driven down low, puck ends up behind the T-Bird's net. T-Birds send it to the far wall. They're going to change direction, come over to the near side. Up the near side wall, pass across to the far side. T-Birds into the zone. Shot taken, Shields turns to the side, goes to the near side wall. Ends up turning around back to the far side again. Centering pass comes through. It's tied up on the wall. It's going to bounce out front, and it's going to bounce up the blue line, and we have a whistle and a stoppage and a hook called against the Thunderbirds. So with 6:37 left in period number 1, Rampage will be on the power play. I didn't. I think it happened behind the play a little bit. It appears that we're going to have a penalty. Okay, I'm confused about what happened because they blew the whistle when the T-Birds touched up, but they're calling it on the Rampage. So forget what I just said. The Rampage are getting called for a hook. So 6:37 left in period number 1. Rampage back on the penalty kill. Out on the ice to get us started. We've got Drexel, Whitted, Butler, and White. That goes to the far wall. Drexel clears it up and out of the zone. T-Birds recollecting their own zone with it. They're going to skate to the near side. Dump it into the Rampage zone. Puck's going to go over to the far side. White ties things up down low in the corner. Up the far wall, Whitted's going to recollect. He skates out of the zone with it. Rampage going for a change. Whitted makes a move. He's into the T-Bird zone on the far side. Just trying to kill some time right now. Ties things up on the far wall. Okay, T-Birds recollect the puck. They're going to skate back behind their net. Whitted's going to go for a change. 1:22 left the penalty kill time. T-Birds into the Rampage zone. Banyan picks it up. He's going to turn it to the far wall. Banyan up off the wall, not out. T-Birds send it back into the corner. Bennett back behind the Rampage net. He's going to flip it up in the air into the netting and out of play. So we get a stoppage over face-off in the Rampage zone. 5:42 left in period number 1. 1:05 on the penalty kill. On the ice to keep the penalty kill going, we've got Sarver, Judkins, White, and Bisley. Rampage from the draw into the corner. Bisley sends it up the wall, but not out. T-Birds hold the blue line. Pretty clear trip against Sarver. No call. Play will continue. Puck gets tied up. It's on the near sideboards. Tied up down low in the corner on the near side where I can't see a thing. T-Birds turn with it. They're on the near side wall. Send it across the far point and then back to neutral. And a shot taken. Gets a deflection. Goes wide of the net. T-Birds skate out from behind. Make a move to the near corner. Pass across, shot taken, goes up and over, ends up on the near side wall. Back down the wall on the near side. Poke check, sends it in the corner. White's going to pick it up. Sends it up, but can't clear. T-Birds across to the far side. 10 seconds left on the PK. Shot deflects up, it ends up on the near wall. Back down low, White's going to pick it up in the corner. Sends it hard off the wall in the distance, and that'll clear it up. And now Rampage are back at full strength. 4:34 left in the period. Freitas out of the box and in to apply pressure on the forecheck. T-Birds send it up the wall and into the bench and out of play. Out on the ice, we've got Dormer, Freitas, Whittingham, Fury, and Bennett. Rampage win the draw. Quick shot goes up and over, ends up on the near side wall. T-Birds are going to get there first. They skate it up and out of the zone, flip it into the Rampage zone. Pushed across to the far side. Back down low into the corner. Hook to the near side. T-Birds up the near side wall. Back down low, skates in the way. Now unable to clear. It's going to go to the far wall. Still on the far wall. Pass out to center, and now it's going to come back to Whittingham. Skates it out of the zone, takes the red line. He's going to dump it and go for a change. T-Birds send it up the near side and back again. Gets knocked down. White picks it up. Skates through. He's into the T-Bird zone. Takes it to the far side. White down low behind the T-Bird's net. Looking, skating. To the blue line to Butler. quick poke check. T-Bird's coming back the other way. T-Bird's in the Rampage zone. Shot taken. Shields with the save. Foster's going to pick it up, feeds it up and out to neutral ice. T-Bird tried to dump it back in, and now Roberts is going to dump it into the T-Bird zone. Hook up the far wall, up and out to neutral ice. Off the wall, T-Bird's coming through into the Rampage zone. Poke check. Rahosian picks up the puck on the near side wall, flips it up, but unable to clear. T-Bird's back to the near side wall. Tying things up on the near wall is Rahosian. Foster comes in to help out. Roberts standing by and waiting. Puck still tied up on the near side wall. And then Foster's going to flip it up and out of the zone and into the T-Bird zone, and he's going to go for a change. T-Birds pick it up. They skate back behind their net to the near side. Lost the handle momentarily. Now it's going to come to a T-Birds player on the near side. T-Birds back in their own zone. They're going to send it into the Rampage zone. Bisley sends the pass up for Drexel. Drexel turns down low for Banyan. Back to Drexel, trying to wrangle it in. Drexel turns, fires, and that one's going to go in the net. So Drexel made the first shot. Goaltender made a save, and then Banyan picks up the loose change with a 2:05 left in period number one. The Rampage boys get on the board with a score of 1-0. Jack Banyan, the one they call Bands, with the goal. Out on the ice, we got Drexel, Whitted, Banyan, Fury, and Butler. T-Birds win the draw, back into their own zone with it. Send it through into the Rampage zone. It's going to get poked to the near wall. Fury sends a pass across. T-Birds with a quick steal. Send the puck up and over. Takes a weird bounce, comes right back behind the net. Up the near side wall. Drexel turns, fires it off the boards. It's going to be back into the T-Bird zone. T-Birds will get there. Whitted on the forecheck. In low into the corner on the near side. T-Birds are going to turn with it. Send a pass across. Whitted dumps it back into the zone. He's going to go for a change. T-Bird send it across the near side wall. Back and up the wall on the far side, up and out of the zone. Bisley picks it up in his own zone. He's going to skate to the near side. Bisley up for Sarver off his stick. And that one, I believe, is going to have the distance. So 1:14 left. We've got an icing muscle face. I'll be back to Rampage zone. Out on the ice, we've got Bisley, White, Judkins, Sarver, and Flanagan. Bisley with it up the near side wall, flips it up and out to neutral. T-Bird send it back in. Judkins back out again, looking for Sarver. Sarver sends it off the boards. T-Birds to the far side. They're back into the zone. Pass across, Sarver with the steal. T-Birds recollect the puck, and now up to the point. Sarver gets a piece of it. It's going to bounce out of the zone. T-Birds have to tag up. They're back into the zone. Linesman indicates offside. 47 seconds left in period number one. We'll get a face-off outside the Rampage zone. On the ice, we've got Whittingham, Dormer, Freitas, Fury, and Bennett. T-Birds win the draw over to the near side. Into the Rampage zone with it. Bennett to the far side. It goes into the far corner. T-Birds regain the puck. They send it up to the point. Shot taken. Shields with the save. It's to the near side. Back down the wall on the near side. Bounced out front. Bouncing around. T-Birds with a quick shot. Shields got a piece and it went off the iron and into the netting. 21 seconds left in period number one. Out on the ice, we've got Butler, Rahosian, Roberts, White, and Foster. Butler gets a piece of the puck, tries to send it out front, now up the wall. T-Birds have it at the point. They send it back down the wall on the near side. Quick steal. Roberts has it. He's going to flip it up and out of the zone. That should be icing. And we get a whistle. 7 seconds left in period number 1. Faceoff will come back to the Rampage zone. Out of hands. We've got Drexel, Banyan, Whitted, White, and Butler. Tied up. It's going to come to Butler. Butler turns, flips it up off the boards, takes a weird bounce. T-Birds drops it, and now it pokes up and out of the zone. And time expires on period number 1. Your score after 1 is 1-0 in favor of the Rampage. No. Out on the ice to get started for period number 2. We've got Friedis, Whittingham, Dormer, Butler, and White. Tied up on the draw. Friedis sends it back to Butler on the far side, up the wall, off of Whittingham's stick. He wrangles it back in again. Shot. Goaltender with the save. It's bouncing out front. Butler recollects, sends it down the wall. Friedis gets tied up back below. Thunderbird send it to the near side point. They're going to clear it. Puck comes up and out. Butler's going to have to come back for it, and we get a whistle for icing. 16:36 left in period number 2. Same group out as before. Quick shot. It bounces off a skate and goes towards the goaltender. He's going to cover it up. So we'll get another one. One more, just like before. Dormer takes a shot, goes off the side of the net, ends up back behind. Pass out front. Friedis has it. Far side to Butler. Butler takes a shot. It bounces off a body to the near side corner. White sends it down low. Dormer gets tied up back behind the net. Friedis comes in to help out. Up to White. White tries to send it through, bodies in the way. T-Bird's coming back the other way. Fanned on the pass. And now Friedis is going to turn, fire it back into the Thunderbird zone. T-Bird sent it over to the near side. Goes off the back of the net. Whitted. I thought he had it in there. Little mistaken visual. It bounced off the side and went by. Drexel up to the point. Shot, body's in the way. Bennett sends it down low. Body's in the way again. Drexel backhands it into the corner on the near side. Banyan goes in to try to tie things up down low. He's got Whitted in to help out. A couple of T-Birds players, and the puck is pinned down low behind the net. At some point, they need to blow the play dead, or else somebody's going to end up taking a run at somebody on the boards. Whitted takes the hit up high into the face mask. No call. And puck goes up into the netting and out of play. .15:09 left in period number 2. I don't think it's. We've got Sarver, Flanagan, Judkins, Bennett, and Bisley. Puck down low into the corner. Flanagan's in there to tie things up. Still down where I can't see. Puck's going to go to the far side corner. T-Birds get there, try to send it up the wall. Takes a weird bounce. And now they're going to clear. And then Bisley sends it in hard. It's going to go into the netting and out of play. Face-off will be just outside Thunderbird zone. 15:42 left in period number 2. I don't think else. We've got Butler, Fury, Sarver, Judkins, and Flanagan. Puck to the far side is going to get dumped in wide of the net. Flanagan goes after it in the near corner. Judkins comes in to help out. Puck bounces up into the netting and out of play. Face off in the Thunderbird zone. Same crew out as before. Puck down low into the corner. T-Bird center around the boards to the far side. Up and out of the zone. T-Bird's into the Rampage zone on the far side. Move to the outside, down low, shot taken, Shields with the save. Back in the corner, up the wall, up and off a skate and out of the zone. T-Bird's back in their own zone, sending it across to the near side. Off the wall, they're in the Rampage zone with it down low. Sarver in to tie things up. He sends it up the boards. Puck comes up and out. T-Birds have to come back forward in their own zone. Foster is giving chase on the forecheck. Puck up the near side wall. T-Birds recollect, flip it off the boards out to neutral ice. And it looks like it got held up right at the blue line. T-Birds now in the Rampage zone. They're down low on the near side corner. Rahojian and Foster in there. Butler comes in to help out. T-Birds send the puck up to the point on the near side. Pass goes off a boot. Comes to Roberts. Roberts is out of the zone. He's got Rahojian with him. Quick shot by Roberts that goes up and into the netting and out of play. 13:29 left in period number 2. Out on the ice, we've got White, Bennett, Friedis, Whittingham, and Gardner. Up to the near side, T-Birds clear it out to neutral. Off of the skate, it's going to go to the far side. And then Dormer's going to backhand it in the zone. Friedis gets there. Shot taken, goes off the side of the net, back behind. At this angle, I keep thinking we've got pucks in the net, and we don't. Puck comes up to a T-Birds player. They're going to turn with it. They're out of the zone on the near side. Into the Rampage zone on the near side wall. Shot. Shields with the save. He's going to cover it up and hang on. 12:59 left in period number 2.
They're all there. They're all there. I have to stand by him so helps me be quiet. I have to be honest, I saw the camera and I looked at him, I'm like, and I was like, there's nowhere to sit. Let me quiet now.
Even our own parents don't like sitting near me with the camera, so it's out on the ice. We've got Witted, Banyan, Drexel, White, and Bisley. Puck goes to the far side wall. I'm sorry, that's Fury on the far side. Drexel turns, unable to clear. Puck tied up on the far wall. It's going to come out. T-Bird's with it. They'll drop past, and now they're going to recollect the puck. Shot goes up. I thought it went into the netting, but apparently not. Up the near side wall and out of the zone. T-Birds recollect and dump it back in. They're going to have to tag up. Fury goes back for it. They're going to skate to the far side, send it up the wall. Drexel sends a stretch pass looking for Whitted. It's just behind him. Doesn't connect, so we get a whistle for icing. 12:24 left in period number 2. Face off back in the Rampage zone. We'll get some fresh skaters out on the ice. We've got Sarver, Butler, White, Judkins, and Flanagan. Puck goes back into the corner. T-Birds get a stick on it. Sarver's going to turn with it. He's out of the zone. Cross for Flanagan. Flanagan over to Judkins. Judkins just couldn't wrangle it in. Puck gets poked to the far side. And we've got a stoppage.
You pushed him on the goalie.
Sarver got pushed onto the T-Birds goaltender and then held down. 12:05 left in period number 2. We'll get a face-off. They're going to take the face-off. No, they're going to take each of them out.
What the freak did he do?
So we've got one from each team.
Hometown refs are so amazing.
They're the worst.
Oh my
The
god.
worst we have anywhere. All right, out on the ice to get us started. This should be 5-on-5.
How bad they freaking are.
We've only got 4 on the ice ourselves.
The player pushed Sarver on to the goalie.
So I believe we're going to say 5-on-5 if I understand what I'm seeing right now. Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Flanagan, Judkins, White, and Butler. Is this the same guy that used to have a beard?
Yes.
The big bowling ball shaped dude?
I think it is, actually.
Yeah. Maybe not, but
No.
that guy never was any good. T-Birds win the draw. Coming back the other way. Quick steal by Butler. Butler flips it in. Rampage tag up. Puck down low in the corner. Up the near side wall. Up and out. White's going to pick it up at neutral ice. Sends it across to Butler. Butler up to Drexel. Off his stick into the zone. Down low. And then Judkins with a quick takeaway tries to send it over for Flanagan. Judkins comes in, wrangles the puck back in, skates up the far wall, up to the point, and puck stays in the zone. Shot. Goaltender makes a save at the near wall. White takes a shot, goes up and over. It ends up on the far side, not out of the zone. Butler sends it in from the point. Puck up to the near wall. T-Birds up and puck not quite out of the zone yet. Judkins is going to send it down the near wall. It's back behind. T-Birds pick it up behind the goaltender. They send it up off the boards, out to the point, stays in momentarily, and now Roberts is going to pick it up. Flips it up towards center ice, up to Bisley. Bisley takes a shot. Goaltender makes a save. T-Birds turn. They're going to fire and clear it out. 10:54 left in period number 2. We get a whistle for icing. And face-off will be back in the Thunderbird zone. On the ice, we've got Foster, Roberts, Rahosian, Bisley, and Bennett. Back into the corner down low. T-Bird send it to the far wall. It's up but not out. Rahojan turns it around. T-Bird's turn, send it across to the near side wall. Roberts holds it at the blue line, sends it back down the wall on the near side. Puck bouncing around, comes up, and now T-Birds are going to send it. They're going to skate it out to neutral ice. T-Bird's in the Rampage zone on the near side wall. Turn and center the pass. Attempted shot, bounces off a skate, and now it's going to be down low in the far corner. Up the wall on the far side, T-Birds hold it, keep it down in. Bennett's going to wrangle it in. Unable to clear. T-Birds, and now Roberts poke checks it out to neutral ice. T-Birds coming back in. Bisley picks it up behind his net, sends it hard up the wall on the near side to Roberts. Roberts off the wall for Bennett. Poke check keeps it in the zone. Bisley sends it up and out. Whittingham's going to pull it down. He's into the zone. Puck bounces out front. T-Birds clear it. Not out of the zone yet. Now they clear it up and out of the zone to the near side. Fury tries to tie things up on their way into the Rampage zone on the near wall. Pass across to the far side. T-Birds up to the point, and the shot goes wide, ends up on the near wall. And Friedis up to Whittingham. Whittingham's into the zone. Skates off the wall, turns, fires a shot, goes off a body, and stays right where it's at. Puck bouncing around out front to Friedis. Friedis takes a shot. Whittingham tries to pull it out of the air. The net's off, and we get a stoppage. 9:21 left in period number 2. Little flurry of activity out in front of the T-Birds net there. Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Banyan, Whitted, Butler, and White. Back down low in the corner, goes back behind the T-Birds net to the far side wall. It's going to come up and out of the zone. White's going to have to race for it. He's got a player on. He poke checks it to the far wall. Puck comes out. Whitted wrangles it in and keeps it down low. Gets tied up down low in the corner.
Oh my God, are you serious right now?
And we got a penalty coming to the Rampage after Whitted gets wrapped up from behind and driven down. They're calling a penalty on Whitted that should have gone the other way. 8:58 left in period number 2.
One-way refing like it always is here.
We do have the worst refs at our home ice. We've always said that, and it's always proven to be true. 8:58 left in the period. Coach is fired up.
Pretty disrespectful. Oh my God. If it was the other way calling, it would be a different story.
Out on the ice to start our penalty kill. We've got Judkins, Sarver, White, and Butler. Up to the point. T-Birds across to the far side. Centering pass. Got a stick on it. T-Birds recollect. Back to the blue line. Across to the far side circle. T-Birds up to the blue line. It's going to bounce up and out. Sarver on the hunt. T-Birds turn it around. They're back into the Rampage zone on the far side. Up to the point. Quick move in top of the circle. Shot deflects off a stick. Ends up in the near corner. T-Bird skated up the wall. Sent it up to the point. Back down the wall and across to the far side. Quick move. Nice poke check. Butler's going to clear it up and out of the zone. T-Bird's fan on it. And now Butler's going to send it into the T-Bird zone. Sarver goes after it in the near side corner. Tries to tie things up. Got 1:17 left on the penalty kill. T-Birds regroup behind their net. T-Bird skate up and out of the zone. Quick move out at neutral ice. Quick poke check keeps it out of the zone. White's going to send it up the boards. And I don't know what the whistle was for.
Well, for sure offsides, he never did.
Yeah, but we touch it up? Like they can still tag up.
But they just blew the whistle because they felt like blowing it so they could clean the ice.
So with 7:59 left in period number 2, Rampage, when we come back, we'll have 1:01 left on the penalty. We got a whistle. I don't know what it was for, so I'm not sure which
just to stop fighting,
zone.
or to clean the ice. That's all.
Really? Like they can't do that.
They did it.
Well, I mean, okay, I believe that. All right, so I'm assuming it's
If
gonna
it would have been
be
offside.
in the Rampage zone when we come back. Either way, I'm gonna take a break from talking, put myself on mute. We'll see you guys back in 10 minutes. Into the Rampage zone. Puck goes down low, and Butler's going to send it around the board. Clear it in the distance. Rampage will get a couple of players chained on the middle of the field. Hebrews recut behind their net to speak to the near side. They're up and out of their zone. They're down and up behind them. Get it through neutral into the Rampage zone on the far side. Down low into the corner. Butler ties things up. He's going to steal it. Takes it. He's going to end it. Just 11 seconds left on the field. Up and out of the zone, through neutral, into the Rampage zone. Rampage are back at 5. Up to the far wall, bounces and gets stuck in the zone. Bounces out front, quick little handoff, and it goes towards Shields. He's going to cover it up. And we get a stop. 6:44 left in period number 2. Face up in the Rampage zone. Back to full strength out on the ice. 3 guys. Good aggressive. Excellent alliteration. Tied up. It's going to go back into the corner. Up the far wall. Back down low again. Over to the near side. Up to Banyan. Banyan tries to pull it off the wall. He turns with it. Bounces off the wall. Turns with it. Comes up and turns back in the Hebrew zone. Send it off the wall. They're going to straight up and out of the zone through neutral into the Rampage zone. Puck goes down low in the corner. Tied up down low. Banyan and Bennett in the mix. Comes up the near side wall. Back down and around the far corner. Up the wall, up and out of the zone. Banyan is going to get in there. Banyan with a steal over. Pass just didn't go where it intended. Hubert's coming back the other way. Bounces through. Dormer can turn around with it. Comes around the zone. Peter's coming back the other way. Cross to the near side, into the Rampage zone, down low into the corner. Tied up down low on the near side wall. Can't really see what's going on. Enough Freitas is in the mix. Puck comes off the wall. Dormer gets there. He's going to clear it out to neutral. Bounces through into the Hebrew zone. On net. I just got word from you guys that you couldn't hear me. Hopefully it's a little bit better now. I took myself off mute, but I still have my microphone in my pocket. Please let me know on Crossbar if you can hear me now. Puck gets tied up on the far wall. Sorry, everybody. User error. Puck comes up to neutral. White's going to turn it around. Sends it to the far side. Judkins into the zone. Sends it towards net. And that one, bouncing around. Oh, that one goes in the net. I thought the goalie had it. 4:42 left in period number 2. And on the goal to Johnny Two Guns Sarver, Rampage go up by a score of 2-0. Out on the ice, we've got Flanagan, Sarver, Judkins, White, and Butler. Puck goes to the far wall. It's into the Rampage zone deep, and we get a whistle for icing. 4:36 left in period number 2. Face off back in the T-Bird zone. Same group out as before. T-Birds collect the puck. They skate it up and out of the zone. Send it pass across to the near side. Bounces into the Rampage zone. Goes down into the corner. Bennett ties things up. Butler comes in to help out. Butler sends it up and not out of the zone. Or I'm sorry, it must have come out. They blew the whistle for offside. 4:21 left in period number 2. Face off just outside the Rampage zone. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Roberts, Rahosian, Fury, and Bennett. T-Birds win the draw. It's back into their own zone with it. Pass across to the near side. Fed up the wall on the near side. Tied up down in the corner. Bennett's in the mix. Foster comes in to help out. Still tied up against the boards. Puck goes back behind the net. Bouncing around, is going to come back to the corner on the near side. And then Roberts got a stick on it for a moment. Puck's still in the zone, and now it's going to come up and out. Back into the Rampage zone. Bennett sends it over to Fury. Fury across, looking for Foster, doesn't connect. And that is a whistle for icing. 3:40 left in period number 2. Face off in the Rampage zone. Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Whitted, Banyan, White, and Bisley. Rampage skated up and out of the zone. T-Birds flip it back the other way. Bisley picks it up deep in his zone. Up the point, not out of the zone. Whitted clears the zone with it. T-Birds have to dump it back in and tag up. Bisley to the near side, up the near wall. Off the wall, Whitted picks it up. He skates through on the near side. He's in the T-Bird zone, holds up on the near wall, gets poked into the corner. Puck comes up but not out, and now it's going to come out to neutral ice. White recollects in his own zone, skates off the wall, sends a pass across to the far side to Drexel. Drexel flips it into the T-Bird zone. T-Birds send it right back out again. That one, I believe, is going to be icing. We get a whistle with exactly 3 minutes left in period number 2. Face-off in the T-Bird zone. Out on the ice, we've got Dormer, Whittingham, Freitas, Butler, and Fury. Puck comes back up and out of the zone. T-Birds across to the near side. It's going to bounce off the wall. It's into the Rampage zone. Poke check sends the puck back behind. Centering pass, and now Dormer picks it up, clears the zone with it. Freitas is into the T-Bird zone. Shot taking. Goaltender makes a save. Bouncing around out front. Butler with a quick shot. Goes just wide of the net. Back to Freitas behind the net. It's going to come to the near side corner. Back behind the net. Dormer's in there. Freitas comes in to help out, sends it to Whittingham. Whittingham takes a shot from the dot. Goaltender has in his glove. He's going to hang on, and I'm all tongue-tied. 2:24 left in period number 2. On the ice, we've got Sarver, Flanagan, Judkins, Bennett, and White. Puck down low into the corner, the far side. He gets poked across the near side. T-Bird sent it up the near wall. They turn with it to neutral ice, down the near side wall into the Rampage zone. Up the near wall, and now it's turned and cleared. That should be icing, I believe. And indeed, we get a whistle. Face-off will be in the Rampage zone. Same group out as before. Into the near side corner. Up and now out of the zone to Sarver. Sarver turns with it. He's in the T-Bird zone. Sarver sends a shot. Goaltender makes a save. Sarver recollects on the rebound. Sends it over to the far side. Judkins is going to get there first. Judkins tries to send it across. Goes off a boot. Comes back to the wall. Puck tied up, and now T-Birds with the steal. They're going to skate it out of the zone. Send it over to the far side. They're into the Rampage zone. Shot from the top of the circle deflects up into the netting and out of play. 1:32 left in period number 2. Some fresh skaters out on the ice. We've got Bisley, Roberts, Foster, Rahosian, and Butler. Puck goes down low, back behind the Rampage net. Butler tries to tie things up. Foster comes in. He's going to skate it to the far side. Foster pokes it up and out. It goes behind that. I think that's going to be icing, and then is in fact. 1:19 left in period number 2. Faceoff's going to come back into the Rampage zone. Puck goes down into the corner on the far side. Ends up rimming around to the near side wall. Butler's in there. T-Birds come out of the corner with it. Foster ties things up down low, and now Butler's going to turn with it. He skates to the near side. Butler skates up and out. And then Rahosian wrangles it in. He turns with it, puts it into the T-Bird zone. Whitted drops it for Roberts. And a big hit. The puck wasn't there. At the very least, that should have been interference. Fury turns with it on the far side. Drops it into the corner. Over to the near side. Butler up the wall looking for Whitted. Goes past him, and now Whitted with the takeaway. He's going to dump it into the T-Bird zone, and he's going to give chase. T-Birds with it back behind their net and send it up the wall on the near side. Rampage getting a change. Quick poke check, and now T-Birds send the puck into the netting. Just outside the blue line. 19.4 seconds left in the period. On the ice, we've got Banyan, Whitted, Drexel, White, and Fury. T-Birds send the puck back to the near side. They're into the Rampage zone on the near wall. White does battle back down below. He gets tripped on its way, and we got a call coming. Puck gets flipped up and out of the zone, and they didn't touch up, but now they do. And so with 2.2 seconds left in period number 2, Rampage are going to go on the power play. Not a whole lot of time left in this period. We'll have most of one to start period number 3. Out on the ice, we've got Banyan, White, Freitas, Dormer, and Whittingham. Puck goes towards the net, and that goes in! Somehow. So As time expires, White picks the puck up and puts it in the back of the net just as time expires on period number 2. So I stand corrected. We will not be starting period number 3 on the power play, but that's because we got a power play goal somehow with with 2.2 seconds left. So your score as we get ready to start period number 3 is 3-0 in favor of the Rampage. And yeah. I'll let you all back it up. Well, actually, I'm not sure if the people at home can see the scoreboard at the time to know, but I'll let you guys watch the replay, and you can count down from 2.2 seconds. But nonetheless, we've got 3 goals up on the board, 17 minutes on the board remaining for period number 3. Rampage have a little bit of momentum. Let's hope they can carry that strong into period number 3 and finish this game out well. Goal went to Trent White. I didn't say that. Power play goal. Out on the ice to get us started for period number 3. We've got Butler, Freitas, Whittingham, Dormer, and White. T-Birds into the Rampage zone on the near side. Centering pass. Shot taken, Shields with the save. Rebound goes to the far wall. Dormer sends it up the wall. Nobody home. T-Birds turn around and that shot is going to go in. So with 16:47 left in period number 3, the T-Birds put one on the board. It was a nice first save and then a little miscommunication. Out on the ice, we've got Whitted, Banyan, Drexel, Bisley, and Bennett. Rampage win the draw. Back into their own zone. Bisley up the near side wall. It clears and goes through, and that's going to be icing. 16:39 left in period number 3. Face off back in the Rampage zone. Puck bouncing around out front. Still bouncing around. It's going to go to the near side corner. Up the near wall. Drexel gets tied up. Whitted pulls it off the wall, sends it to Banyan. Banyan recollects. Sees it back into the T-Bird zone with it. T-Bird's up the near side wall. Puck still down low in the corner. T-Bird sent it to the far side. Off of a stick, bounces off the wall. Whitted ties it up on the far wall. And now White comes in to help out. Nope, I'm sorry, that's not White. That is Bennett. Out on the ice, we've got Sarver, Judkins, Flanagan, Fury, and White. Hopefully you guys can see better at home through this netting. It's really, really difficult to see through for me. Puck goes to the far wall. Still in the zone, tied up on the wall. Now it's going to bounce out, and T-Bird's going to clear the zone. They're on the far side. Pass across doesn't connect, and now T-Birds are going to dump it into the near corner. Puck goes to the far side. Flanagan changes direction, gets tied up down low in the corner. Puck bounces out front. Shields has to make a save. Took a weird bounce towards him. Flanagan in the near side, off the wall. He's up and out of the zone. Sarver goes chase, and that is going to be icing. 15:33 left in period number 3. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Roberts, Rahosian, Bisley and Butler. Tied up on the draw. It goes down low into the corner. Butler sends it up the wall, but not out. Back into the corner. Puck bounces up out front, bouncing around, and Shields has to cover it up. And he does so. 15-18 left in period number 3. We'll get another face-off in the Rampage zone. We're going to have Dormer, Whittingham, and Freitas out to join Bisley and Butler. Back into the corner. Puck tied up on the near side wall. Goes back down low. I can't see it, so I'm not telling you what's happening because I don't know. Puck bounces out front, and now it's up and out of the zone. T-Birds recollect. Goes off of the stick, stays in the zone for now. And now T-Bird's able to clear it. Freitas sends it to the far corner. Rampage tag up. T-Bird send it down low and over to the near side. They change direction. Send it around the boards on the far side. Across to the near side and into the Rampage zone. Bennett turns around with it and now clears the zone. Up to Dormer. Dormer off the wall for Whittingham. Whittingham to Freitas. Freitas makes a quick move. He's down back behind the net. Oh, looking for Whittingham, and Whittingham broke a stick. It hurts every time I see it. Doesn't matter which team, whose kid it is. Broken sticks are smaller bank accounts. .28 left in period. Oh, we have a player down and hurt. I did not see that. He was right up against the board, so T-Bird's coming out to collect the player that was down on the ice and hurt. I truly didn't see it. It happened right up against the boards up on the near side here, and
I missed that whole thing. It's hard when I film it. Don't pick it up.
out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Whitted, Banyan, Bennett, and White. T-Birds with the puck down low into the corner. Goes around to the near side. Whitted up to Banyan. Banyan sends it towards it. Goaltender makes a save, and now T-Birds are going to clear, and that'll be icing. Ooh, nice quick little shot. Goaltender was up to it. 14-14 left in period number 3. Same crew out as before. Tied up on the draw. It's going to go down into the corner. Drexel ties things up down low. He's got Whitted in the mix. Puck up the near side wall and back again. Out to Whitted. Whitted turns with it, takes a shot. Goaltender makes a save, goes to the far side. White turns, fires it wide of the net, ends up at the near wall. Back behind the T-Birds net now. T-Birds send it to the near side. Drexel gets in there, mixes things up. Puck comes up the near side wall, up and out of the zone. White gets there. It's pinned up against the near side wall right at the blue line. Puck off the wall into the Rampage zone. Shot deflects off a stick, goes to the far wall. Whitted picks it up. He turns and skates with it, feeds it over to Drexel. Drexel takes the red line. He's going to dump it in and go for a change. Whitted's going to try to tie things up for a little bit so Rampage can get some players changed out. Whitted feeds it looking for Flanagan. Puck ends up on the near side wall. T-Birds skated up and out of the zone, into the Rampage zone. Shot taken, goes up into the netting and out of play. 13:09 left in period number 3. Faceoff will be in the Rampage zone. On the ice, we've got Judkins, Server, Flanagan, Fury, and Bisley. Puck goes to the far wall. Bisley up the far wall. T-Birds turn around, send it wide of the net into the near corner. Server gets in there, sends it around to the far side. Flanagan's going to clear it up and out. Judkins might get there. He's going to get there. Sends it over to Sarver. T-Bird's defenseman gets a stick in the way. Breaks up that pass. It's a nice look. Sarver crashing in on the back door. Puck on the near side wall, tied up. And it's going to turn. T-Bird send it off the wall. They're out of the zone. Take the red line, chip it into the Rampage zone. Goes to the far corner. And Flanagan's going to knock it over to the near side corner. It's still tied up down low on the near side. I can't tell you what's going on because I can't see anything. Okay, T-Birds come up the wall on the near side. They're going to turn with it. Starver tries to take it away. Up into the netting and out of play. .12:10 left in period number 3. Out on the ice, we've got Roberts, Foster, Rahosian, White, and I can't see our other defenseman down in the corner. Puck back behind, it's going to get sent to the far corner. White sends it up the boards, turned around, and then flipped back out, but still in the zone. White sends it up to Rahosian. Rahosian's into the zone. He turns, takes a shot. Goaltender makes a save. Puck goes wide. Puck down low. T-Bird send it around the boards to the near side. Back down into the corner. Roberts gets in there to tie things up. Foster comes in to help out. And T-Birds off the wall with it. They're out of the zone to the far side. They dump it into the Rampage zone. Shields holds it up. He's going to play it to the far side. Back to Bennett. Up the wall, but not out of his zone. And it's close, but I think it stayed on the blue line. Puck up and out to neutral ice, and we get a whistle, I guess, for offside. .11:12 left in period number 3. Out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Freitas, Dormer, Bisley, and Fury. Tied up on the draw. It's going to come out to Fury. Fury skates, sends it over, looking for Freitas. Freitas kicks it into the zone. He's going to give chase down into the corner. Tied up down low in the corner. Freitas and Whittingham are in the mix. Freitas turns with it. He's going to skate to far side up to Bisley. Shot, body's in the way. Puck still bouncing around and ends up in the near corner. Puck up the near side wall, still in the zone. Freitas comes off the wall, shot goes to the far side. Goaltender made a save. Up to Bisley at the point. Bisley skates, sends it across the Fury. Shot goes off a body and now gets sent down back behind the net. Dormer's in there, feeds it out front of Whittingham. Shot taken. Goaltender got a piece of it. Bisley sends it back into the zone. T-Bird's coming back the other way. Turned back around the other way and just lost the handle. Now clears it up and out. T-Birds with the steal. They're back into the Rampage zone on the near side. Shot deflects off a body, goes to the far wall. Dormer's going to poke it up and out. And now Drexel wrangles it in. Now T-Birds at the takeaway. They're back into the Rampage zone on the near side. Down low into the corner. Puck stuck on the near side wall. Drexel sends it out to neutral. Butler picks it up, skates with it to the far side. He's in the T-Bird zone, and the Rampage are apparently offside. 9:49 left in period number 3. On the ice, we've got Drexel, Whitted, Banyan, Butler, and White. Puck back into the T-Bird zone across to the near side. T-Bird's up through neutral into the Rampage zone with the centering pass. Puck goes towards Shields. He's going to cover it up. We get a stoppage. We'll have a face-off in the Rampage zone. A little extracurricular after the whistle. Little how you doing? Welcome to Monument. Can I tell you where the best places are to eat before you leave town? We'll get a wholesale change of players out on the ice. We've got Flanagan, Sarver, Judkins, Bennett, and Bisley. Face off in the Rampage zone. 9:40 left in period number 3. Bisley sends it up the near wall. He's going to send it up and out. I think that is going to be icing, and it is. 9:33 left in the game. Face-off will be back in the Rampage zone. Puck to the near side wall. Back down low into the corner. Everything's tied up on this near wall. Up the wall and out of the zone. Flanagan gets a stick on it. Sarver's going to pick it up. Sarver turns, sends it across. Oh! Flanagan was on the far side, just couldn't get Flanagan back behind the net now. In the near side corner. He's going to turn with it, and we get a stoppage. We have a penalty coming against the Thunderbirds. 9:09 left in period number 3. Rampage will be on the power play. Out on the ice to get us started on the power play, we've got Banyan, Friedis, Whittingham, White, and Dormer. Rampage win the draw. Back to Dormer at the point. He skates the blue line, sends it over to Friedis. Quick shot. It's bouncing around out front. And it's going to bounce back behind the Thunderbirds' net. They're going to send it up. White knocks it down. He has to recollect at neutral ice. White up looking for Friedis. It's going to come up to Whittingham. Or Banyan, excuse me. Cross ice to the near side. White up the boards to Dormer. Dormer cross ice for Banyan. Banyan into the zone, drops it for Friedis. Friedis up to White. White back to Friedis. Friedis skates down to the circle, fans on the shot, and now puck goes down low. Friedis recollects. Back to the circle. Up to the blue line. Shot goes off of a stick and up into the netting and out of play. So with 8:26 left in the game, we'll get a fresh power play unit out. We have 1:17 left of power play time. Out on the ice, we've got Flanagan, Drexel, Whitted, Butler, and Bennett. Puck goes to the far wall, comes up to the blue line and out. Bennett has to come back and wrangle it in. Makes a quick move to the far wall, back into his own zone. He's going to send it over the near side to Butler. Butler sends it off the wall for Drexel. Drexel back to Butler. Butler's going to skate to the far side. Just under a minute left on the power play. Butler's through. He's down into the T-Bird zone low on the far side. Drexel pokes it down low. He's going to go after it. Drexel back behind the net. Feeds it up for Bennett. Bennett across to Butler. Butler sends a shot. Goes off the iron. Ends up on the near side. Drexel turns with it on the near side wall. Sends it across to Butler. Didn't get much on the shot. Secondary shot goes wide of the net. The next shot goes off the iron. Puck bouncing around. And then Bennett wrangles it in at the point. 23 seconds left on power play. Down low to Flanagan. Back to Flanagan down low. Flanagan turns up to Bennett. Bennett sends it. Body's in the way. Bounces out. The T-Birds are going to clear. Shields holds it up. Sends a pass up for Whitted. Whitted's got a little bit of room. Tries to catch him on a quick change. Whitted off the wall for Foster. Foster takes a shot, ends up in the corner on the near side. Puck back behind the net. T-Birds to the far side. Puck up and Whitted holds it in the zone. He's going to go for a change. T-Birds coming up and out of the zone. They're back at full strength. They're into the Rampage zone. Down low in the corner of the near side. Bisley sends it to the far side. Roberts turns with it, tries to send it off the wall, gets stuck on the wall. White digs it out of the pile. Skates off the wall. He's going to regroup. 6:35 left of the game. White up to... And we've got a penalty coming to the Rampage. 6:33 left in the game. Rampage on the penalty kill. Cross check going to Zach Roberts, it looks like. Out on the ice, we've got Dormer, Bennett, Bisley, and Whittingham. T-Birds win the draw, send it to the far wall. Up the wall, lost the handle. Whittingham wrangles it in. He's coming the other way. Whittingham down low, on the far wall. T-Bird zone, sends it towards the net. Goaltender turns it aside. T-Birds recollect in the near side corner. They're going to skate it back behind the net to the far side and drop it for the trailing player. Puck off the boards on the near side, into the Rampage zone, down the wall, back behind the Rampage net. Puck deflects off a stick, bounces up in the air. T-Birds regain control. On the near side wall, puck up to the blue line. Shot, body's in the way, knocks down, comes back to the T-Birds player. Back up to the blue line, over to the far side. Shot, and Shields with a save. It's going to go to the far corner. Puck comes up, doesn't come out of the zone. Back to the far wall, centering pass, and now, comes up but not out. And now Dormer's going to clear it out. He goes and picks it up. Dormer's into the zone with it on the far side. Dormer back behind the T-Birds net. Skates to the near side. He's just killing time. Dormer turns. He's going to fire at the distance. He's going to go for a change. T-Birds recollect back behind their own net. 45 seconds left in the penalty kill for the Rampage. T-Birds come out from behind their net and skate to the near side. Drop it back into their zone. To the far side into the Rampage zone. Back behind the Rampage net. Wraparound attempt. Shields with a save. Comes back to a T-Birds player on the near wall. Shot. And Shields with a save. And then White's going to turn. He's going to clear at the distance. 20 seconds left of penalty kill time. T-Birds turn around. They're going to skate out of their zone with it. To the far side. They're into the Rampage zone. Back behind the net. Near side corner. Puck comes up and out. That one's going to clear. 3, 2, 1. Rampage are back at full strength. T-Birds have it back behind their net. Whitted in on the forecheck. They're going to regroup. T-Birds skate to the far side. They're up and out of the zone. Into the Rampage zone, down low. T-Birds get there. Player blows a tire. Ties things up down low. Whitted and Bennett are in there. Puck bounces out front. Shields with the save. That was a tough one to see, but he was on it. He's going to cover up. 4:04 left in period number 3. Nice job, Ryder. Out on the ice, we've got Flanagan, Judkins, Sarver, Fury, and Bennett. Tied up on the draw. It's going to go in the near side corner. Up to the near side wall. Things are still tied up. Sarver pokes it out. He's going to skate it out of the zone. Sarver off the wall. Flanagan gets there first. Play will continue. He skates to the far side. Flanagan centers the puck. Bounces up in the air. Sarver recollects back behind the net. Sarver up to the blue line. Comes up and out of the zone, and Bisley's going to have to dump it. Rampage have to tag up. Thunderbirds with it down low in the corner. They're going to send it up and out of the zone. Bisley on the poke check. T-Birds coming back. They're in the Rampage zone now. Near side. Bisley ties things up on the near wall. Flanagan gets in there to help out. Up and out of the zone. T-Birds skate to the far side. They have to tag up. Got back into the zone just a touch too quick. 30-15 left in period number 3. We have an offside whistle. Face-off will come outside the Rampage zone. On the ice, we've got Rahosian, Roberts, Foster, Bisley, and White. Rampage win the draw back into their zone. Bisley sends it off the boards. Rahosian tries to turn around with it, and then Roberts is going to send it into the T-Bird zone. T-Birds skate it to the far side. Puck comes up and out of the zone. Butler sends it back the other way. Foster ties things up on the wall. Puck goes down low into the corner. T-Birds turn with it to the near side. Up the wall. It's going to come out of the zone. Butler has to come back for it. Play will continue. 2:42 left in the game. Butler skates it to the far side. Quick poke check. He has to wrangle it back in. T-Birds with the steal. Centering pass attempt. Shot. Fields with a nice save. Puck gets in up and out. T-Birds turn it around. Wait for everybody to tag up and then dump it back into the Rampage zone. Butler gets in there. Recollects the puck. He sends it up and out to neutral ice. And Whittingham picks it up. He's into the T-Bird zone. Down low into the corner. Looking for Dormer. Dormer sends it up the wall. Then it's there. It comes to a T-Birds player. T-Birds turn. They flip it up in the air. It's back into the Rampage zone. Bennett knocks it down. Gets pinned against the wall on the far side. Dormer sends it over to Fury. Fury wrangles it in. Sends a stretch pass for Freitas. It's going to bounce towards the goaltender who's going to cover it up. And we'll get a stoppage. 1:48 left in period number 3. Face-off in the T-Bird zone. On the ice, we've got Drexel, Whitted, Banyan, White, and Fury. Tied up on the draw. Goes back into the corner. Up the near side wall, but not out. Whitted turns. Sends it back behind the T-Birds net. It's going to go to the far corner. Drexel gets in there, ties things up. Banyan picks it up behind the net. She sends it out front. Whitted trying to knock it down and wrangle it in. Turns, sends a shot off of the skate. It goes back down low. Banyan and Whitted are in the mix. Puck tied up down low. 1:19 left in the period. Puck still tied up. Puck ends up in the corner. T-Birds flip it back the other way. 1 minute remaining in the game, thank you. T-Birds up the near side. Stretch pass to center. They're in the Rampage zone. Quick poke check. And then White sends it up off the boards to neutral ice. T-Birds recollect in their own zone. Sends the stretch pass across that deflects up into the netting and out of play. 44.4 seconds left in the game. Out on the ice, we got Judkins, Server, Bisley, Flanagan, and Butler. And I believe we have a timeout. All right, out on the, and okay. The lights on the scoreboard went completely out a second ago, and they just came back up. So we do theoretically have a clock. Out on the ice, we've got Judkins, Flanagan, Server, Bisley, and Butler. T-Birds have elected to keep their goaltender in net for now. Tied up on the draw, T-Birds win it back. They dump it into the Rampage zone. Puck goes around to the far side. Sent down low, it's going to bounce back into the corner. Puck comes up and out, and I believe it hit somebody on the bench. So the faceoff's going to come back into the Rampage zone. 29.4 seconds left in the game. Puck tied up on the draw, bouncing around out front. T-Bird's turn, deflects off the stick up into the netting and out of play. 23.7 seconds left. Looks like we're going to get a couple of fresh defensemen out. We've got White and Bennett out to join Flanagan, Judkins, and Sarver. T-Bird still has elected to keep their goaltender in net. Puck bouncing around in the pile. It's going to bounce down low. Bennett gets there. Up the far wall, still tied up. Down low. It's going to come up and out of the zone. I think that's going to be icing. 8.9 seconds left in the game. And we're going to have Butler out to take over for Bennett. And the T-Birds have now pulled their goaltender and added an extra attacker on the ice. Empty net for the Thunderbirds. Up to the T-Birds player. A shot off of body comes up and out of the zone. T-Birds have to tag up, and then Flanagan is going to send it into the empty net from the red line. Well, Tommy O'Flanagan, a nice Irish lad with a nice empty goal. And that will conclude the game. So your score after 3 is 4-1 in favor of the Colorado Rampage. They didn't get now they got the 4th one up on the board. Hard fought battle. A lot of really good saves on both ends of the ice tonight. So I'm going to give a special shout out to goaltenders from both teams today. And with that said, it was a hard fought battle, and the Rampage come out with the victory in our first game against this team, which we will see again this year. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We will see you a week from now as we play Okanagan again next weekend.